Hi guys, this is Erika, and in today's video I'm answering one of your questions that you left in one of my videos. But yeah, we're just gonna chat about manifesting. But before we start, I would just want to remind you that we are giving away a free course called How to Find Your Blocks to Manifest Anything Fast. All the details are down below. Also, if you would like to work with me one-on-one, I would love to help you. All the details are down below as well. So let's start with this video. This was a comment left in my video, Release the Fear when Manifesting. And the question says, what if I think about my fears during meditation and kind of analyze them in a critical way rather than emotionally? And I think that is perfect. Because what I want you guys to do, what we're supposed to do is start turning your fears into faith in yourself. And based on what the information that you're getting out of your fears, right? Turn that into what you want. It's all a choice. Remember, like, we are here to experience life, to get hit in the face with circumstances that we don't want. And we came here to change those circumstances by choosing something different. I do believe we came here having, having that excitement, right? With the purpose of having fun, remembering who we are, that we are one with God, that we are infinite, right? We came here knowing, again, I'm gonna live life, I'm gonna be experiencing a circumstance that I don't like, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun changing that circumstance by remembering that I am God, that I'm one with God, that I can change that circumstance. That is gonna look really real, it's gonna appear and seem very scary, but it's not, because I am greater than the circumstance, because I am one with God, right? So I want you guys to start getting in the practice of turning that fear into faith and say, why do I have to be afraid about X, Y, and Z? If all I have to do is choose what I want instead, right? I'm sure you remember when we were little, how we will be scared about the boogeyman under the bed or inside the closet, right? In Mexico, in my case, it was El Coco, right? We were afraid of El Coco. It was gonna take us away. But now as adults, we know that we don't have to be afraid of that, right? So it's the same thing. Before we didn't know about manifesting, yeah, we were afraid of things that we were experiencing in life. Or even things that we haven't even experienced, right? Like, what if A, B, C, and D happens? What if my SP leaves me? What if I don't have money for my bills? What if I get sick? What if right? We have to drop that to what if. Turn all those what ifs that are negative into positive, right? But again, in the past, we used to, be afraid about, what ifs, the negatives, but now we know better. Now we don't have to be afraid about the boogeyman or El Coco anymore. Now we know, like, oh, I know better. I am bigger than the circumstance, and I'm just gonna choose different. I'm gonna choose what I want instead. So that's why I love this question. So yeah, analyze those fears. Say, why was I afraid of, for example, my SP cheating on me? Why would I be afraid of that? Okay, yeah, maybe that has happened in the past with him or with her, with them. Or maybe it's been with someone else, but I don't have to be afraid of that. I experienced that for me to choose different. So what do I do with that fear? Or what do I do with that experience? What I'm gonna do is choose that I'm always in relationships that are safe, that with people that are faithful. And if it's that specific person, and you want them back, which is okay, because we have that free will to say, no, I want this person, and now just choose that this person from now on, because remember, the only thing that exists is now. From now on, I feel safe with this person because they are honest and loyal with me. Why? Because I choose that. Because I'm not gonna keep choosing over and over the same hurt, the same experience of getting cheated on, right? I'm choosing with this person a different story, a different version of them, a different version of me that is in relationships that are always safe and loyal and honest and trustworthy, etc., right? But if we get stuck in that loop of, well, you hurt me and they hurt me and the other ones hurt me, and like, what if it happens again? That fear, right? What do you think we're doing? We're allowing that circumstance that is not bigger than us. We're allowing that to be bigger than us, and it's gonna win. The circumstance is gonna win. We're gonna keep experiencing that, because in that moment we're forgetting that we are bigger than that, right? But also, since we are the source of everything, if we believe that that's what's gonna happen, well, it has to happen because we're the source of that. But why choose that again and again and again? No, we're choosing different. We're choosing better. We're choosing upward, right? Like we're going higher and higher, the higher version of ourselves, right? The best version of ourselves. The version of ourselves that are happy, that are healthy, that are abundant, that are free. Like that's the only thing we're choosing. We're not gonna choose more lack, the illusion of lack, because it's an illusion, right? We're not gonna choose that anymore. We're gonna choose what's the truth, right? If we are one with God, God is limitless, God is soul love, God is soul abundance, God is soul happiness, God is peace, God is harmony. That's who we are. We're not limitations. Again, we came here to experience limitations for us to say, no, to free ourselves from that, right? To remember who we are and to have faith in the fact that we have the ability to choose different. That's why, once again, we're going to turn all those fears into faith in us. In the Bible, it says that if we had faith of the size of a mustard seed, which I've never seen a mustard seed, but I'm assuming they're very small, right? If we had the faith of that size, of a little ant, right? We could move mountains, because we can move mountains if we believe that we can. So let's get in the habit of limiting those, getting free from those limiting beliefs. Free ourselves from the limiting beliefs, from fears, from assumptions that are negative, and again, that limit us. Tell yourself every day, I am limitless. I have the power of choosing what I want, right? I have the power of tapping in to heaven, my imagination, my real self, right? Because we are one with God, and God is our imagination. Like, I have the power of tapping in with what I want, and I give it to myself in imagination. And I know that since I am like a movie projector, I've said that so many times, like if I keep tapping in, tuning in to that imaginal world, I will experience it out there. And again, we're experiencing the 3D that is unfavorable for us to change it. And we experience it because somewhere in the past, we thought about it, or it was put in our brains by society, our parents, our family, school, friends, whatever, right? But it's there for us to say no more. So yeah, completely analyze them and be like, ooh, that's so funny. Why would I be afraid of that if I can have this? If I'm gonna choose to have this? If I'm gonna tap in and give it to myself here? And every time it comes to my mind, when that fear wants to knock at the door, right, and say, ooh, what if? Negative. I'm gonna be like, no, thank you. I'm not opening the door for you. I'm not paying attention to you. I'm not choosing you. Thank you, but no, thank you. It's there. It exists, it's a possibility, but I'm not gonna choose it. Again, if it helps you to have my grocery store analogy, just because it's there, you're not gonna put it in your cart, pay for it, take it home, and then eat it, right? If you don't want it, you're not gonna choose it. You're not gonna take it home. Same thing. The thoughts are gonna be there, or the circumstances are gonna be there, but just don't choose them. Say, no, that's not my choice anymore. That's not what I want anymore. And they have to move, right? Neville used to say, if you stay strong in your assumption of what you want, if one person has to move, or a million people have to move, they will move for you to have your assumption. That's the power that we are. So, yeah, analyze away your fears, literally away. They'll go away. But again, if we believe that there's a boogeyman, that there's El Coco or the monster, right? Like, we make them bigger and they're gonna come out and scare us. But we're minimizing those fears. Like, no, I'm not afraid anymore. I have faith in myself. And again, that's our truth. Faith is the very opposite of fear. So let's just choose faith every time. Okay, and I hope, or I'm intending that answered your question. And I wanted to share a little bit, like, I recommend for you to read this lecture by Neville. You can just Google it, you're gonna find links. It's called Persistent Assumption by Neville. It's a lecture from, I think, 1968. And he starts, I don't know how much I'm gonna share, because it's like 10 pages long, but you go and read it. It's really good. I tell you the truth, there is nothing greater than your own wonderful human imagination. It is he who inspired, meaning your imagination, it is he who inspired Blake, Shakespeare, and Einstein, and everyone else that has created anything. Any artists, any musicians, any architects, any iPhone creators, any technology, like everything, us, like we are all one, we are all the same. For there is only one spirit in the universe. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. That one spirit is the human imagination, right? That's who we are. So use it in your favor. Again, you can imagine anything. You can imagine yourself, if you're in the US, you can imagine yourself in Paris. You can imagine yourself, I don't know, having like the fanciest car. You can imagine yourself with your person, with your specific person, like having the time of your lives, right? You can imagine yourself, I don't know, whatever it is that you're desiring, like you can imagine it, right? And guess what? That's the real word. There's a version of you that is having that experience. So we bring it to the 3D by tapping in, keep tapping into that imaginal world, to that, the real you. When Blake was asked what he thought of the divinity of Christ, he answered, Christ is the only God, but so am I, and so are you. We are all one. Don't think of Christ as someone greater than yourself. He is the only God, but so am I, and so are you. Do not consider yourself less than Christ, for there is only God, who is your own wonderful human imagination, daring to assume that all things are possible to imagine, all of them. Again, we're only limiting ourselves, so that's why we're gonna free ourselves from the limiting beliefs, correct? Daring to assume that all things are possible to imagine. Put this one reality to the extreme test by assuming you are the person you would like to be. Imagine yourself having it, whatever it is that you desire. Love, money, health, beauty. Again, like I cannot even name them all, right? You only know what you desire. So imagine yourself having it. Keep tapping into that. Keep giving it to yourself where? In your imagination, the real world, the real you. Your reasonable mind and outer senses may deny it, right? The 3D is gonna be like, no, you don't have it. But I promise you, if you will persist, you will receive your assumption. And then let's see. Maybe this is the last. Believe me, you are the same God who created and sustains the universe. But we are keyed low, meaning we believe that we're just, I'm just little poor old Erika. I'm just human. No, you're not. So you must be persistent if you will bring about a change. So we persist, we keep giving it to ourselves and knowing that this is the real world, that this will project it out, right? Remember, we're like movie projectors. Okay, so I'll stop there. Again, I recommend it. Read it. It's a short read. It's like 10 pages. I'm sure you can find it like, like spoken, like on YouTube. But yeah, I recommend it. But most importantly, I recommend for you to free yourself from fears, to remember who you are, put it into practice, and you'll see how your life is going to change for the better. Okay? Because you deserve that. Give yourself all the desires in the world. If you desire it, it's already yours. And smile. And enjoy it. First here, than out here, okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much for liking, watching, and subscribing. And again, you know what to do if you would like to work with me. See you next week. Bye.